I'm going to get started a little earlier. There's some really dark clouds, and I want to try and get this done because I'm kind of the most excited about this little experiment of the day, the baking. So I'm going to get some bigger sticks laid down. But, I talked about not being in a hurry, but of course, I was wanting to get set up and get the video going, which was a mistake. All right, so we are going to light us some fat wood. Don't really want to use my cooking knife for wood splitting, and I'm not going to. It just ain't worth it. Of course, the wind's starting to blow. Let's create us a little nest down here for that. I'm telling you, if you don't use matches every day, you forget how to do it right. So, here's what we're going to do. You can see this, but I'm going to saw and collect I'll try to anyway. Of course, you can't see what I'm doing. So, I'm cutting away from myself, collecting fat wood dust. Okay. So now that I've got my gold dust, I'll sprinkle that right in there. Well, all right. So now we're going to cheat. It's not really cheating. I tend to get that mentality because when I first got started in bushcraft and survival, whatever you want to call it, you know, there was all kinds of preconceived notions about this, and you better be using flint and steel or a fire rod or hand drill, bow drill, whatever. I've tried to break that mentality because, I mean, there's no point in it. I mean, now if you're going out to train a certain skill, then yeah, you should try to train that skill. But if you're just trying to get a fire started, just get a fire started. Which is kind of weird since, you know, I'm refusing to use my lighter. But, you know, I came out here to do it this way. As soon as that oil heats up, it should kick off pretty good. Should have gathered some more small stuff, but I didn't. There we go. Okay, so I've got these little loaf pans. I think I'm going to use those to mix the bread in with the available ingredients. And then, I don't know, I think I want to scoop coals either into this, into one of these, or the other tin, and then pour the batter in here and set it down and then cover it to cook the top. Yep, that's what we're doing. Make a decision. All right, so I want to get these mixed up. We'll get to pouring, get to baking. All right, so my instructions say 3/4 cup of cold water, which I have nothing out here that's cold anymore. Yeah, I'm not sure how this is going to work. Anyway, mix in water and cheese until dough forms. Do not overmix. Okay, so I don't have cheese. This is supposed to be the garlic butter, whatever. So I'm just going to mix it in since I don't have any butter to go with this. It's way more than I'm going to be able to use today, unfortunately. So I'm going to get this, supposedly going to get this open. There we go. So here's where everybody's praying for this to go wrong, and it probably will. What is going on? Alright. So I've been whining internally all day about, man, if I just had a table, if I just had a table. They had included this little crate. Never even thought to use it. All of this is going in because we want garlic. So don't have any cheese. So probably need a little fat. So we're only going to put a little of this. Probably not even half a tablespoon. A little bit of water, and we're going to mix this and see how she goes. Because remember, we're not supposed to overmix it. You just want the dough to come together. Because this is biscuits, so this is not batter. The good news is I've got a lot of extra, so see, I've put too much water in that. So we can just add more mix. And then we can go back and forth between too much mix, not enough mix, too much mix, not enough mix, until we've made the whole thing up. I think I'm going to have to be careful with this and how much I put in there, because this is probably going to rise a lot. So that is our biscuit. So we're going to set that aside and mix up the cornbread and see what all I don't have for it. Be right back. Okay, so I took this to mean, oh, you can make churros. No, I think this is actually cinnamon churro cornbread mix. So this is going to be dessert. I guess it's from El Paso, Texas, or the company, one way or the other. It's supposed to be a half cup of water or milk and 1 egg. So we're going to be using more coconut oil. It's a big bag. Yeah, that is definitely cinnamon-y. It almost has the texture of brown sugar. I'm gonna add in some agua. And some of our oil. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I'm not any good at this small batch stuff. Definitely gonna have to mix this back up. Yeah, it's probably too much. So that's more of a batter, like normally when I make cornbread. So I guess we'll see. All right, so speaking of oil, definitely needs more, and I've ripped the aluminum foil in the bottom of that one. All right, let's get this in here. So got that in. A little bit of extra oil. Maybe it'll be all right. Maybe it'll fry it a little bit, like a good cornbread. Come on. All right, I'm gonna get the rest of this out in there, and then I'll show you my cooking setup. Be right back. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna spread this out, spread these coals out, get back down to dirt. We're going to set our pots inside the ring of fire. Put everything back up. Get as many ashes as possible inside It's a joke. Get these all surrounded back up. We're going to put a lid on it. Whew. Evidently we're going to have smoked biscuits and whatever. So the rain has just started, of course. So I'm not sure how long this is going to take. I'll probably clear this off in about 20 minutes and see. Yeah, we'll find out together in just a little bit. All right, we're going to perform a check and see what it looks like. Probably just clear these off. We're only about 8 or 9 minutes in. Oh, dang. Okay, so we're biscuit's done. I don't know if you can see that or not, but holy cow, that looks good. Okay, so I'm glad I checked it when I did. I do not think this one is done, and it's burnt on the edges. Sorry. But it is not done. So, we are going to let it chill, uncovered. Of course, I stick that inside of it. So anyway, we're going to crack into this biscuit. Let me get it up here, and we'll crack in and see what it's like. Well, I forgot to hit, first off, look at the smoke. Lord have mercy. So I forgot to hit record, but this came out. It's a little beyond optimal, but I'm telling you, looks good, tastes good. It is still a little doughy in the center, but it's not like incredibly wet or anything like that. It's just a little, not quite as done. But that, my friends, that's good stuff. That's the winner of the day right now. Well, till we get to that poor sad sack. All right, so we got this pulled out. Let's see what we've got. So it's not too bad. It is burned, very burned around the edges, but we knew that going in, so we're not going to be too sad. It doesn't seem to be set up very well, and I'm afraid without the egg, it didn't get bound very well. But we're going to let this cool off, and I'll get it peeled back, and maybe the center of it is worth eating. Okay, I may or may not have already had a bite of it, and well, yeah, it's burned. The center of it is sorry about the camera. The center of it's pretty good. It needs to cook more, but it I can't imagine how good this would be if it was cooked in an oven at your house. So remember, it's a Old El Paso cornbread churro mix or whatever. Definitely recommend it. I'm going to have to get in here. It's rich. I didn't expect that without the egg. Really didn't expect it. So, going to eat some more of it. Alright, so I think I'm going to call it quits for the day. Just finished eating my dinner, I guess is what you'd call it. The biscuit and the churro cornbread thing. Both of them were good. You know, I can't imagine how good they would be, like, you know, in a house made, you know, with all the right ingredients. I want to thank everybody for watching, coming with me through this entire journey. Been out here since about 7:30, give or take. Hiked in this morning. Wasn't sure what was going to happen today. Didn't get to feature everything that was in the bag, so I guess we'll just have to do another day to feature everything that was included. We'll never include another thing of smoked oysters, so sorry guys if that breaks your heart that I'm not going to include that. Just hate it for you. I may never eat an oyster of any kind ever again, even if somebody, you know, offers me a fresh one. Just, whew. Well, it's been a great day out here. I want to thank everyone for staying tuned and coming with me on this journey. And I repeat myself a lot. If that irritates you, I'm sorry. And if that irritates you, I'm sorry. That's just low humor. Anyway, I'm gonna walk out of here. Luckily, I believe all the storms passed. I got a little bit of rain, not even enough to put the fire out or cause any kind of problems. So, I want to clean up so that way I'm invited back to maybe do this again sometime soon. But between here and the store, I don't have a whole lot of free time. And if you don't know what I mean by the store, I'm actually part owner in a game store in Dalton, Georgia now. Should come check us out. So anyway, please like and share, subscribe. It would just help a lot. It helps me feel good, and lets me know that I might be inspiring someone or just making you laugh. Probably didn't have as much comedy today as what everybody was going to think. Now there's probably going to be tons of people laughing at me about my fire skills, because holy cow, I struggled and I struggled and I struggled today. I didn't even film it all. I mean, it probably took me too long. Yeah, just took too long. I'm gonna get cleaned up, get hiked out of here. Hiking is too big of a word. Just gotta walk down the hill. I do have to make it through some rough brambles on the way down. And I did put on my Star Trek socks. I don't know if you can see those. Those are from Sadie, from what I understand. Now, she is wrong about Jim Kirk, Captain Kirk, being my favorite Star Trek captain. If you know who my favorite captain is, put it down in the comments below. For some reason, my phone's only letting me record like 3 and 4 minutes at a time. I think because I've got so much in there from today. So anyway, I'll stitch it together. You'll deal with it, right? Because you love me? You want to hear more? See more? Okay, I'll probably wrap this up when I get to the house and, you know, do kind of maybe a little bit of a breakdown. Something just feels like it was missing today, so maybe when I get to the house we can come up with what it was. So anyway, thank you all for this. Stay tuned. There'll be just a couple of more minutes. Hey everybody, thanks again for hanging around to the end, just to see me safe home. I finally got set down in a chair. I'm gonna go inside and take a nice shower and get all the woods and smoke and whatever off of me. Thanks as always for tuning in and helping me continue making these videos. Like, comment, and share. Appreciate all the support and everything you do for me. All the nice comments and likes and words of encouragement. It's always nice to hear. It did feel like something was off today, like I'd forgotten something, or I've never had that much trouble making a fire really when I've had all the parts and pieces that I needed. So again, appreciate it, and I figure out what was going on at probably at some point. It's probably just some mental block or whatever it was. But anyway, if you get any ideas about what I might have forgotten, just let me know. As always, thanks for tuning in, and this was what Andy does.